All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated. So, Runoffs, Journey to the Runoffs, Volume 2. I actually skipped yesterday. Yesterday I also worked until about midnight, and tonight also till midnight. Well, the reason is I couldn't start working on the car for a while, so I had to actually do some work. my day job, my living. So didn't get finished until in the evening, a couple of meetings and stuff. So last night and tonight finishing up at midnight. But that's the life, right? That's the racer's life, especially in preparations for the run-ups. And I'm putting more time now because I want to take the car out for a test. So the test, the way it's going to work out, it's in a few weeks. And I have activity this weekend. I'm gonna go racing to Daytona, and then we have customer stuff the following week. So I gotta get the car ready, kind of mostly this week. So that's why we're not in a rush, but definitely trying to get ahead so we can go test it, which is another key part of the journey, right? You gotta work on your repairs, gotta work on your stuff, and then you gotta test. You don't want to go to the runoffs to test, right? So really happy. There was a lot of stuff that I wasn't anticipating to do. The transmission, an inspection found it with the issue, so had to fix that. Couldn't go with a cracked bell housing, even though if it's minor. So that's the kind of stuff that some people say, well, it's not too bad. No, it's no, you gotta get it 1,000%, right? And not many people do that, but some people do. And so yeah, in preparation, you gotta get all the stuff like 100% as best as you can. So I had to fix the transmission, had to change the tails and the bell housing and swap them, and but it's all ready to go back in. But then also there's been some issues with the tunnel with this car. It's been getting weaker and weaker, so we had to reinforce that, and some parts actually was cracked, so I had to put extra metal. So that's what we've been doing, cranking it up with the little welder. And had to do some tunnel, so got the seat out and all kinds of stuff going on in there. We're gonna also change seat belts, and so so after we're done, we're gonna paint, make it nice again, and put the new seat belts on. But yeah, there's a little welder doing his job as always, looking good. But yeah, spending the last couple of nights just working on the welding. It's not pretty, but I have to make a lot of cuts to get extra metal for the tunnel, so some reinforcement, some heavier metal also to make it really, really strong. Overkill, right? So overkill. So a lot of cutting, a lot of dust, welding, you name it. But that's where you gotta have your supplies. I didn't even have to go to the store. I already had all the metal that I needed. All the thick stuff. Use quite a bit of this one here. Nice big old thick stuff. A little bit of this for the tunnel so we can shape it. I'm not a fabricator, but I try my best. The main thing is to make it secure and firm, So that's why I'm not gonna show it, because it's quite a Frankenstein in there. But it's overkill, solid. My friend told me, he taught me, it's overkill. So I overkill the welding inside and out, so that's really firm and no issue. I mean, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I knew that I want to spend the time to overkill that stuff, right? So we did that. So yeah, got the stuff here still hanging around. Got the transmission ready to go right there. This baby is bing, looking good. This thing's actually the best gift ever to put in your gear oil. I already changed the differential. This is probably 60 something bucks in Amazon or racing places. For your gear oil, you just pump it and then you open the valve and then poop, it goes in. I hate it changing gear oil. So already did the differential like a glove, and now we're gonna do the transmission. New fluids all looking good. So for now, what we're gonna do is just clean it up, paint it tomorrow, put the seatbelt on, and put the seat back on, Because yeah, that came out dandy, beautiful. It's not a good looking welding. I'm not the greatest welder, but it's strong. Trust me, it is strong. Overkill for sure. And then we'll be ready to put the transmission back on. And then the car, then we're gonna go test it, right? Then after we come back from the test, then we're gonna swap the rotors, bearings, and pads. Here, we already got the pads. We're looking good. So yeah, that's the journey to the Runoffs. You know, a lot of work, and the earlier the better, so you can test. Don't want to go test anything at the Runoffs. You want to go and hopefully be all good. Everything's tested. You know, you're gonna change some suspension stuff. That's not testing. That's just improving. But you know, other things. So I'm really happy. I'm tired as heck, but I'm really happy. Really, really happy. So yeah, the table's a mess. Look at this mess. So we're gonna, tomorrow we'll clean up the car, paint, and let it dry, and then put the seatbelt on. That we can do, and then wait, and then put the seat on, and then that's it. Then put the tranny back on, and then the car's ready to go. So we are on track. So anyway, so that's preparations for the Runoffs. So that's how we do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you for the next episode of Journey to the Runoffs, brought to you by Star Wars Racing Incorporated. So you guys stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.